Foodshops, we finally meet.
Uh-huh. What's up,
So
Aiden?
I guess my question is, and if we don't have a super big contention, I'll leave. Um, you said you're debating Destiny anti-fans, and I assume you're referring to like the J Stock types, right?
Just Destiny anti-fans in general. I wasn't thinking too much about it. I
Well, yeah, but like when we talk about like the Destiny anti-fans, there's I think even Destiny talks about this. There's like a group of like interconnected people, and they're like communities that we're generally referring to, right?
ish.
Got it. Well, what is your contention with the anti-fans?
Oh no, I think it's just fun to point and laugh at them for how fucking crazy they are. That's it.
What's crazy about it?
how bad faith they are about
Yeah.
everything.
Like the thing
Literally,
is that
anything Destiny says is
sure.
fun into being a
Yeah,
mod.
sure.
Sorry.
The thing is that like I don't deny that Destiny has done bad things. I think that he does require explicit consent, and I think that implicit consent outside of the courtroom is not enough, right? But the thing is that like we can recognize that Destiny has done bad things and we can still enjoy and watch him. But then the thing is that like there's this other group of people which you guys belong to, right? Who are just like completely unhinged like sped freaks. So it's like, yeah, of course it's fun to laugh at you guys. Does that make sense?
Sure. So I mean, I don't. I guess I'm a little confused as to what I or like anyone adjacent to me has said that's like unhinged or sped. I mean, it sounds like for the most part, it sounds like we agree. I don't think that you're right. I don't think that you should have your right to watch Destiny taken away. And I certainly would agree that explicit consent is required. So I don't know what like, I feel like everyone who's around me in that sphere holds the same opinion. So I don't really
Sure.
understand, I guess,
Yeah,
what's
yeah,
unhinged
sure,
about
sure,
that.
sure, sure, sure. It's just really frustrating to me because I remember when Jay Stelk was like just covering me the other day, right? I think it was like yesterday or something like that. And he just like completely missed the point of what I was trying to say, right? Because the thing is that I gave that example as a way to condemn Destiny. That wasn't as a way for me to obviously it's meant to be humor, so it's meant to be funny or whatever. But do you get how frustrating it is when like I make an example to condemn Destiny, and agreeing with Lonerbox, and then at the same time it's spun as a way to like I don't know attack me or something? It just seems weird, and unfair. Yeah,
I agree. There's a lot of like purity testing, I guess. From I don't really know what
purity
specific
testing.
clip you're refer. I don't know
I
what
don't know
specific
about
clip you're
that.
referring to.
Like it's crazy to me
But
how I don't think Destiny has done right things whatsoever, right? But then at the same time, just because I'm not totally in line with like the way that you and Spicy Chat and Jay Stock and Queenman are thinking that like suddenly, oh, I'm just part of the out group or something like that. I think that's ridiculous. But yeah.
yeah, I mean, I can, but like as I said before, when we are referring to anti-fans, we are referring to these like interconnected networks or whatever. That's I think the term that Destiny used when describing it. If his wording was a little bit
Sure,
different, then
but what
I
is your
my
point
my
bringing that part up
Yeah,
though, I
so
guess?
well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, so my contention is,
Mm.
right? I think Destiny has used the interconnectedness, or what he assumes the interconnectedness, to justify like collective punishment or like collective fair game, right? So
Yep.
because Bad Empanada is like an unhinged doxer or whatever the fuck, and
Mm-hmm.
sorry, my mic cut out. Because Bad
Oh, okay.
Empanada is an unhinged doxer or whatever, and because like um I don't even know what he because Kiwi Farms is like going after people he doesn't like, then because like Kiwi Farms is against him and like Spicy Chat is also against him, Bad and Banana is also it's like you lump all these people in to justify everyone involved as like collective fair game, right?
Sure,
And I don't
sure.
necessarily think that that's fair because I think the standards and morals of like each respective detractor group that he's referring to and lumping in together actually differ quite
Right,
significantly.
right, but I don't even think that's fair. The reason I don't think that's fair is because I don't think that Destiny lumps Bad Epinata together with because clearly he separates out the Hassan orbit crowd with the Chud Logic, Queeman, J Stock orbit crowd, right? Like he clearly separates these two, and in addition, like he still acknowledges the proximity between like the other interconnectedness, right? Like the thing is that like how do you from Destiny's perspective, I guess my suggestion, like my question is, how would you suggest he should go about it, right?
Well, first of all,
What? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why like in regards to Kiwi Farms, obviously I don't think that there's any justification for just like going after anyone who's like adjacent to Destiny. I personally don't use Kiwi Farms. But in regards to spicy chat, I guess I don't really know why
No,
that
it
can't
doesn't.
be like
It
ignored.
He's
doesn't.
just making fun of these
Right.
people.
It
That's
doesn't
what he's
really matter.
saying.
But like, how do you expect Destiny to respond? I guess, or how do you
He
expect him
doesn't
to
have
parse
to
this
for spicy
information?
chat, does he?
He can make fun of
Wait.
them,
Hold
can't
on.
he?
You just
That's
expect
the
him
thing
to
with
be complete
punishment.
like defenseless and not like defend himself on stream like
Well, to
constantly
defend, to
when
defend,
somebody
to
brings something up.
wait. The defense implies that there's some sort of offensive threat to be defending oneself from.
Well,
And in
yeah,
regards to spicy chat,
his
it's
public
like 20.
reputation, maybe.
It's like
Calling him a
20,
rapist.
like it's like 20 shitters and like and Queeman. That's like literally like all spicy chat is.
Yeah,
Like I
I
don't
know
Chud
what
understand.
spicy
Logic?
chat is. Yes, it's like 15 people. I know. Okay, yeah, but yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead.
so I don't
You were saying
understand
something.
why I don't understand why that would be like a significant threat, I guess.
No, but it's not just
Can't he
spicy
just
chat,
make
is
fun
it?
of
Right?
retards?
Like the thing is that it's very loosely associated.
Wait,
Like I know that. I don't think there's a cabal behind the scenes. I don't think there's some kind of weird conspiracy because I'm already like pretty intimately familiar, so I don't really care, right? The thing is that like it's really frustrating not to attack like a single person who is making all of these threats when it's just a bunch of loose individuals going around, right? And like talking smack about you. The thing is
wait
that
to
like
be
you need some central figure to rally around or have some kind of collective threat that you need to target. No, otherwise it'll be
okay.
unfair.
Wait,
Because at
food
least when it
shops.
comes to Destiny, you target Destiny specifically because he's one person. But then when it comes to targeting like this collective group of anti fans, you don't really have like a specific name to ascribe to them. So yeah, it is like a one-sided battle.
You can. Well, no, you can. You can go after the individuals of influence of perpetuating false claims about you, right? If Destiny wanted to go and start like refuting what J Stock was saying, be my guest. Want to do the same to Queeman? Be my guest. Want to do the same to, and address each person's like specific claims that is up. And it's like, oh, he can't possibly do that for every single person. Well, it's like actually he can if he's narrowing the scope down to like people who are actually influential. And if he was to do that, then the pool of people to talk about becomes much smaller and
He's
much more
already done all of
reasonable.
this. He's already called all these people out at the beginning
Well,
when
he's
they
done a bit
started calling
for
him
some of them. He's done a bit more
calling him
than
a
called up.
rapist.
For some he's done a bit more than call them out. And I was going to talk to
Because
you
he starts
because
doing it.
I heard you kind of muttering in the background when Foodshops was talking. You're talking about just laughing at them. If he's just laughing at them, I've absolutely no problem with that. But do you like
That's what
that's
he's
like the
doing.
worst? That's like the worst way to like frame what's going on right now. I mean, didn't he
He's
like
pulling up.
literally?
He's pulling
Didn't
up
his
these
community?
matters and laughing at them. And
Wait,
on
didn't
the
his
whole chat
community
laughing.
literally like find the docs of like one of his detractors? And he like posted on Twitter this week.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Yeah, okay, anyway, can I move on
That's
to
Good
what my
thing.
point is?
Well,
So my point is
wait,
this.
why
Can
are
we?
we
Can
moving
we?
on? Wait, why are we moving on?
Which part?
I don't know. You know what he claimed he had an issue with. He thinks that Chud Logic only did something about it because he said something about it. That's it.
In regards to Willie's docs being posted?
What about it?
Wait, is that what you think Chud only did something?
He's talking about
Wait,
the the thing you
No,
were
we're
mad
talking about
about that the guy
changes they
posted in
have.
Spicy.
oh,
See, Tony, why can't you be this
yeah. So
calm?
yeah, yeah. So the Spencer stuff, yeah. Now that is like actually retarded, right? Because there is absolutely nothing in it for Chud. There is no benefit to allow someone to post Willie's docs in Spicy. I was mad about it that got posted there, and I like went off on the mods, and I got fucking I got removed for a week. But that's because
Well,
Wait,
the,
why'd you get
to
removed
be
for a week
fair,
for being
to
mad
be
at him
fair,
doxing?
to be
Good
fair,
point.
to be
That's
fair
not
to the
what
mods, there were two of the mods were on break. They do need more mods.
yeah, but that's
As
okay. That's like,
Okay.
but that's
as
like
far as I know, there was
negligence.
only one.
I
Yes,
don't care about spicy chat
she should have
moderation.
done
Stop.
more. She should have done more. Obviously, he shouldn't have posted the thing. But
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the like
The problem is someone
irresponsible, sure, but the assertion that like Chud would like intentionally like allow that to sit in there is just like retarded.
I mean, he did have like a thumbnail with him and the letters rapist and his face like on his videos, right?
Wait, what is that? Wait, hold on. What does that have to do with anything we're talking about?
Why
Because
do you think
Chud's
he's
because
Chud stopped talking about it? Chud Logic
Chud's
stopped
thumbnail
talking
maker.
about it. Chud
Wait, no,
Logic
explain
stopped
how this
talking about it,
follows.
and he stopped going after Chud.
Explain how this follows.
I'm asking. I'm answering your question.
Chud's thumbnail maker allows for a provocative thumbnail. How does that then follow to? It is likely that Chud is okay with Willie Mac Show's docs sitting in his server. Explain
That's not
your
my
logic.
point. I'm addressing a different point. You're
Then
saying
why the fuck did you say that? We were talking about something else. Like
this is fucking boring. No one cares. The
it's
thing
boring.
is
Yeah,
that
because you can't defend.
all the
You
internet
can't
is talking about
defend.
the
You
J
can't
School
defend your
docs
flimsy
and the
position, and
Queeman
you just
docs.
want to move
No,
on.
no.
Got it.
No, because I just don't have.
Well, you
Wait,
sit
hold
here
on,
mumbling, saying nobody cares, but you
Aiden,
don't say anything for
Aiden,
Can I
can
just
I
make
go
my
back to
point?
the collective punishment part? So the thing is that it's a lot more than individual names, right? Like, because I know that Destiny already does that. Destiny does name Queenman, he does name J-Stock all the time, right? And he does name Kelly Jean, right?
Yeah,
The
so why
thing
can't that
is,
suffice?
right. Okay, so the thing is that it doesn't suffice. The reason it doesn't suffice is because you cannot deny that, you see the same names throughout different chats and you see like the same people join the same Discord servers. Like, sure, it is a little bit schizo posting. It's like the whole meme with like the board of people and sorry, not the whole board of people where the guy's like pointing at the board, right? Like it's the fucking conspiracy board. But the thing is that you kind of have to describe the way that this anti-fan group mentality works in order to detail out how people are attacking you, right? It's kind of unfair to just point out individual people, because if you only point out individual people, you're implying that they all work independently of one another, right? Like, that's the thing. Unless you're saying, oh, well, they're interconnected in some way, they're in the group chat, which they objectively kind of are, right? Because the thing is that, yeah, they do talk to each other, they do actually share things, they do actually discuss this, they do actually have a little bit of coherent messaging, right? You can't deny that part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so who of like the figures you've named, like J Stock, Queeman, etc., and their circles, I guess, like
Yeah.
have they engaged in like some form of doxing I don't know about?
Well, I never mentioned doxing. I'm
Why,
just saying this is what the anti-fan
Well,
mentality
when I
is
talk
like,
about
right?
when I talk about
why do you think
collective
someone has to
punishment,
dox first for you to
wh-
dox them?
wait, what'd you say?
Why do you think this is like he's doxing them
Oh,
because they doxed him first? Like no one is
okay, so
saying this is a
the
dynamic.
standard is it's just like going to be okay to dox like public creators. If that's your standard,
Yes.
fine. But then don't
If they're
bitch that
calling
we.
you a
But
rapist, yeah.
then you can't simultaneously bitch that somebody pulled up Willie Mack and his wife. Like if you're
Because he
against
didn't deserve
doxing,
it.
you're against doxing, right? It's
No,
not.
because
It's
he
like
one he's not against doxing at all. Never was.
so. What's
There's
the
clips
problem
to
pulling up
show.
Willie Mack? Willie
He
Mack's full
was
name.
against
Because
dog.
it's not justified. It's not
He
justified
went on
for him
MX
to be
Vivian
doxed. He
Wolf.
didn't
There was
do
a drama a
anything.
long time ago. He was
He
moralizing at
literally
MX
back then he
Vivian
said no.
Wolf
He literally
for
back then
having
he
a
literally
list
no. I
of
know what clip you're
people
talking about. You're
who
fucking
they could
lying.
dog.
Okay,
This is
okay,
not.
He
okay,
never
okay,
This is
okay.
a
he
Nobody.
said
Okay,
it was
okay.
2-hour debate.
Tony,
anti-doxing
Tony.
for TOS reasons,
Okay,
and that was back then
nobody.
as well.
Okay, nobody cares what Dusty said 5 fucking years ago because people's opinions
True.
change. I don't give a fuck. My contention is right based on his like recent standards, right? Um, and what you just mentioned would establish okay, Destiny's okay with doxing if it has a justification, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so only justified doxing is okay. So if I were
Oh,
to
yeah,
make
justified.
if I were to make the case that Destiny allowed for or perpetuated the dox of somebody where it wouldn't be justified, that would prove an inconsistency in his standards, right?
No, what do you even mean by
Okay,
that?
okay. How does this not follow? Like, do you like actually have like a fucking worm like eating your brain? You've
Oh,
just
you're getting
agreed
very
that
upset.
Destiny's standard is doxing is okay with a
Did he dox Ridley?
justification. If I've shown you an example of Destiny being okay with doxing someone without an adequate justification, would this show an inconsistency in his standards?
Wait, why do you think he was okay with Willie getting doxed?
Can you just like answer the question first, then we can move on?
I'm
Okay.
just flabbergasted. I don't even agree with your premise. he
Wait,
he didn't even agree with Willie's
are you
dox.
retard? Like, are you retard? Okay. Did you not just agree that Destiny is okay with doxing if it is considered justified?
Probably not even that. Like he probably just doesn't care in general. But sure,
So
yes.
then I don't know what.
Yeah,
Okay,
but I
so
don't. He doesn't think Willie's dox was justified, and he
he
wasn't
doesn't. I
really
agree.
happy with it,
I agree, and
and he
therefore it
wasn't
wouldn't be
happy with
okay
it
in his mind, right? Because it lacks a
because
justification.
because it's shitty to dox people who don't deserve it, and that's his
Yes,
criticism.
don't deserve
But
it. Meaning,
But Yogi, you just
What
said he
I don't
doesn't
know
you're
care
what
about
he's
so
doxing in
doing.
dumb,
general,
dude.
and now you're saying that it's bad to dox somebody if they don't
Hold on,
deserve it. So you're saying like
Aiden, what are you
there is
referring
Yeah,
to?
some
Like, who did he
justification.
dox? Who did he dox that you feel like didn't deserve it?
I don't know. I'm just trying to establish what it would take. I'm trying to establish the criteria or like the win condition. Like I'm trying to see what
you're trying
this
Yeah,
to make
sure,
a
person.
but
hyper
but but but
objective
you're
points.
implying that Destiny doxed someone who didn't deserve it, right? So
Well, yeah, but before wait, hold on. Before I even say anything about the substance, I just want to establish before we go into it, what it would take to agree Destiny's inconsistent with his moral standards. Which is why, if
Just
we're agreeing that his standard is a dox requires justification, I would then ask, okay, so if we can agree that he perpetuated dox that would not have any adequate justification, would there be then an inconsistency in his standards? I think that's like an easy thing to agree to. I
No,
don't
I
understand
know what
why
you're.
he's
I
getting
know.
so
What,
caught up on
I
this.
know.
Not an
I know what your
inconsistency.
logic is. I know what your logic, and I acknowledge it. But like, is there someone that Destiny
I'm
docs
trying to
that did
establish
deserve
his
it?
logic. I'm not stating my own. I'm
Oh.
trying to establish his logic before we move on. I guess he can't really do that. So I'm sorry for
But,
thinking.
I
I
mean, you
guess
guys always try to use his own standards against him, but then you always
Well,
misrepresent his own
you were
standards
saying, Yogi,
every
you were
time.
saying,
It's always the same shit.
you were saying that he says doxing is fine in general, and you were saying also that it's bad to dox Willie because Willie didn't
Well,
deserve it.
he personally thinks it's bad because he doesn't think he deserved it, but that doesn't mean he has like a moral stance against fucking doxing in general. Like that's a retarded assumption.
yeah. So when does Destiny
He
think
literally doesn't even
but he's
claim that.
okay. So but if
Never
there's
has.
cases where he doesn't think that doxing is
It's not a
okay,
moral
why in those
standard.
cases?
It's not a
Is
moral
doxing not
standard.
okay?
It's not a moral standard.
That
He's
wasn't
saying
my question. My
you
It's
question
can
not a
be
was,
moral.
okay with you can not give a fuck about doxing and still think, oh, it's kind of shitty that it happened to
wait,
me.
if we're grouping
How is
something
that?
into bad or good, right? If we're grouping something into
Oh, yeah,
bad or
you
good,
have to make
are
it
we?
as black and white as possible for your
Well,
audience.
no.
I get
I'm
that.
saying he very clearly thinks that some doxing is okay and some doxing isn't, right?
No, he just doesn't like it when it happens to people he thinks don't deserve it.
Yeah, but why
Like
wouldn't
especially
those
when they're
people?
just doing
Wait,
it
wait.
because of
But why do
the
those people not
association with
deserve it in
him.
his mind? Why do those people not deserve it in his mind?
All they did, first of all, they were critical of him, but it wasn't enough, right? It was
But
never enough. That really was critical of Destiny. He needed to call him a rapist or a
why
pedophile or
can't you
whatever.
just like answer my fucking question? Like my question is, why would it not be justified in that case under Destiny's logic?
What?
What do you,
It's a
I'm sorry, are you like
personal thing.
ESL?
Yes, to be clear, I am.
Okay,
But like,
that's fair. What language? I
I've already
speak 8.
like, okay. I already explained this. I don't know why you're still asking this question. It's
No,
not
you
like a moral
haven't. You
standard.
actually haven't. You keep moving on to other things. You can't answer a basic
Because
fucking
it doesn't
question.
matter. He thinks some doxes are not justified, but that doesn't mean he's against doxing overall. That's
Wait, but
Yeah, okay,
Yogi,
we agree. Okay, we agree. So then now I'm trying to clarify here. Why?
okay.
What would be the differentiating factor for him in like okay instances of doxing and not okay instances of doxing? What is like the thing that differentiates it that makes it not okay or okay?
When the person who's getting doxed didn't engage in a behavior that was like necessarily inflammatory or like necessarily harassing a person, just
So
doing something
inflammatory behavior, it's then going to be okay
not
to
like
dox somebody,
immoral
right?
behavior, maybe even like
What
calling people
behavior?
a rapist over and over and over again, even when they tell you to stop. Like that's probably more in line with what I'm talking about. But I don't think Willie criticized the fuck out of Destiny.
I'm
But
not talking about
I
Willie's
still think it's
criticism of
doxing.
Destiny. I'm just trying to ask
Why do
why.
you think he got doxed in the first
What?
place? Like you have to go into
Wait,
the
I don't.
weeds.
Wait,
You're
if you
saying
want to talk about, if you want to talk about my
you
standards,
want to
if you
get
want to talk
into
about
the
my
weeds.
standards, I don't think it's justified to dox Willie Mack, and I also don't think it's justified to dox the people whose dox Destiny reposted. I think both cases of doxing are bad because generally I'm against doxing
Is
under
he
very
calling
specific criteria.
is he calling for random spicy chatter specifically to be doxed openly?
No, but didn't he like literally say? Didn't he literally say like it's fair game due to due to the fact that these networks are, like interconnected with people who are like
Yeah, in
going
general,
after.
because he's explaining all this online shit to his audience of non-drama
Yeah,
frogs.
so if he's
he's
justifying
saying,
if he's justifying these entire spheres as fair game, why would the individuals
In
within those
general,
spheres not also be fair game under his logic?
if they engage in that behavior, yeah, they are fair game.
I don't think
so
I'm
is
fair game.
he
Yogi, is the
doesn't.
behavior just being an anti-fan of Destiny? Is that the behavior
Or just
that
be
makes it
just
okay to
being
dox them?
just being an unhinged snarker is like not the
So,
same thing as just having criticism for Destiny. Okay, if you spend all day in chat in Justical server calling him a rapist, going on and on and on about every single detail of his personal life and how it makes him a fucking shitty person. And I've been in Justical's Discord, and it happens every single fucking day for hours on end, and they keep making fun of his dick and this and that. Like this kind of behavior, this obsessive behavior, that is fair game to me. Yes. Like it's not the same thing as just having a criticism. Like you can hate someone all you want, but if you spend every single day typing about it over and over and over again, it's not the same thing.
Do you think it's only
you are
okay for
engaging in a
Destiny to do
completely
this to
unhinged.
his critics? What
What
about
do you
other
mean?
big public creators?
What do you mean? Any
Like
random
take Hassan, or take H3. Let's take
Okay.
H3 and
I'll be
H3
back.
Snark. Is it okay
Uh,
for H3 to dox members of the H3 Snark community, like just individual members?
Absolutely, and he already is, because he literally
I'm
subpoenaed
aware
all
he
of their
already is.
identities. He legally doxed them, even. Holy,
Okay, so
the
is it?
ultimate
What would you
dox.
say about Hassan? Is it
Legally.
okay for Hassan to dox people who are critical of him?
He already probably fucking does anyway.
But do you think it's okay?
Cosmic Stray, are you an
If he has
anti-fan?
a,
So then
I
there'll
mean,
be 2 anti-fans
this is
and
the thing,
2
right? Like everyone
fans.
has their own justifications. I'm not gonna say.
But
Are you
I'm asking
anti-fan?
what you think would be justified. What in general, what should be justified?
If he finds a good justification, yeah, why not?
So you think, okay, so
He's also
Willie
a
Mack,
person,
who's made
so
like 10 odd videos on Hassan, which seems like a big number. Do you think it's okay for Hassan to dox Willie Mack?
well, he did by proxy.
He didn't. Bad
You,
Empanada
you
did.
didn't think. You didn't
I know
think
he showed it on his stream. I know he did that, but he wasn't. Would it have been okay if Hassan
I
had been
love
the
it.
initial person to dox him?
Yeah, probably. Like I said, I don't give a fuck about doxing personally. I don't think Destiny does, so I don't think he would have a problem with the fact that
So what
he's
do you think
doxing.
when people are doxing
Have a
people like
problem
this?
with
What do you think is the
doxing
goal?
for unhinged reasons. It's just,
When
it's just
people,
like
when
having an unhinged reaction to a thing that's not that bad. Like you can have criticisms for that without having a moral stance against saying shitty things. For example, like I don't know how you don't comprehend this. It's like very simple shit.
okay, so you're saying, okay, so how do you differentiate if something is unhinged and deserving of doxing versus just fair criticism?
What do you consider fit? That depends on your definition of fair criticism, and that's
Well,
all
I'm asking
subjective.
you, so I want you to explain.
I just answered.
No, you
So it's not
didn't
my
answer. You
personal
said that there
opinion.
would be a
No, I
difference
think
between these things.
no,
Who's
I think
Cosmic
it's
That there
Stray?
would be a
wouldn't be
difference
justified
Who is
between.
because
Cosmic
How
he's
would
Stray?
we,
his
how would we as
reasons for it are
outsiders
retarded.
decide that if some doxing is okay by the standards
All
that you're
doxing,
laying out? How would we
all
decide?
doxing is probably not morally bad inherently, if that's what you're asking. But some doxing I would disagree with, even still, because it happens. Like if you're just choosing a random chatter who is typing in a fucking non-political gaming stream for no fucking reason, like I don't think you should dox that person. But like that says more about the morals. No, not that. It's just like why would you dox that person? Like it's just dumb, right? But like it doesn't mean morally that doxing is inherently bad. Do
Okay,
you understand?
what do you think is the goal of them doing this doxing?
To fucking discourage the behavior, to have some
Discourage behavior
consequences for
how?
that behavior.
How does
By
doxing
doxing,
involve consequences?
because when your identity is out there, now everyone knows who you are. They can call your job, tell them that you're doing
So they
this
can
weird shit
harass you, right?
online.
They can harass you?
Not just harass you, make you feel the consequences of the actions that
Sure.
you are
So
undertaking.
if we
So
take a
no,
person who
you
has
think
a
harassment is
large
just
public following, if we
when
take
someone's
somebody
just
like
being
Destiny who has a large public following like
okay.
DGG,
So every no
and
no
he
every type of
doxes
person, I'm
a
not even gonna
specific
let you make the
individual and says this is
retarded
part of
talking
the
point.
random
This is the most
unhinged
retarded
anti-fans.
talking point you guys have.
No,
A
this
public
is a
person cannot say
direct
anything
logical
mean ever
line,
because it's
a
always
direct
directed
logical
at them.
through line that you have
If I
established,
say something
that we
mean
have
with my
walked
audience of
down.
10,000, they're always gonna implicitly uh, interpret that as harassment. That's your argument. You're saying that saying something mean about someone or doxing them is basically implicitly directing harassment. That's not how the
No, I'm
world
saying
works.
that a creator, a large creator with a significant following,
Yes,
like
they cannot have an
Destiny,
opinion.
or
They
like
cannot say anything mean
H3,
ever.
or like Hassan, or like Bad Empanada, all of these people doing doxing is, I think, disgusting and condemnable. And the reason they're doing it is because they can then put these
Chat, my
individual
stomach
people on
hurts. My fucking
blast,
stomach hurts.
and they can direct their community to harass them and
I
scare
didn't
them
even
off the
eat
internet.
anything that
You are like an
crazy.
NPC. I already like addressed this just
Dude,
now. Like you actually have no
you say it's
original thought.
consequences. This is not
This is like
how.
logistical playbook.
No,
It's crazy.
justify.
One
Explain
to
to me
one.
how this is justified. Explain to me how that's acceptable. Explain to me what I've said is wrong Based on what you've laid out, you say sometimes it's okay. This is what happens. This is the consequences for their actions, as you've described. You've said them being harassed by large online communities is okay for having a whatever unhinged means criticism of some specific creator. You said that's okay.
I don't even, you know what? I'm not even gonna dignify.
Are you?
this
Can you
You're
like
basically
hear what I'm
saying, like,
saying? Do you?
no,
You
what
don't.
you're saying is
I know. I know you like ES.
harassment.
Do you want me to repeat it? Do
All
you
you're
want me to
saying
speak
is,
more
I don't
slowly?
like it that
Can I
Destiny is being
help you understand?
harassment, but it's just like NPC. It's actual NPC. I already addressed
Okay,
that.
then lay out how it's NPC.
You are just trying to
No, lay it out.
fire somewhere that's not
Wait,
watching.
repeat that.
I'll be watching this tomorrow on logistical stream, probably.
I don't watch Distical.
Hi, Logistical. You owe me 50, by the way. Fucking retard. You were saying?
Great dig, dude. Nobody cares, all right? Nobody's going to watch this.
Okay.
Now, justify to me, explain to me how I've said is NPC when it completely logically follows from what you said. This is the consequences for their actions, which you have said. You said we
That's how you
shouldn't
use
assign.
doxing. It's a
You said
tool.
you said
It's a
that we
tool.
shouldn't assign some moral weight to doxing to say that it's evil. You say that it's the consequences for people's actions of being unhinged and criticizing certain creators online.
And all other recourse has been exhausted, and there's no legal way to resolve the issue, but you still want to at least try to make this person stop doing what they're doing. Yeah, that's.
But you want to make them
when
wait.
you would
So
talk someone, maybe. Because
why
maybe
doesn't
that
he
would
just?
deter them because they don't want to have that attached to their public image.
Why does he have to respond to these people?
Oh, there it is. Like I said, you
Yes,
just
why
cannot
does he have to respond
criticize
to these
your
people?
haters. You cannot criticize your haters because it's always directed harassment implicitly.
They get
the
no, they get to
argument.
criticize public
Most-
figures as much as they want. All the statements are
it's
public,
all
the
this
streams
shit
are
you're
public, the
saying,
VODs are there.
Every single public person with a big following literally would have to be held to this standard, and they would never be able to say anything because
No,
they're
I
saying,
said
"Oh,
specifically
just
that
ignore
doxing
it.
an
Just ignore it, bro.
individual
Just ignore it,
member of
bro.
a
Just
community
ignore it,
to
bro.
direct harassment at them
Just
is
ignore it,
wrong and
bro.
unjustified. The stuff you're saying just doesn't make sense. It's nonsensical. It doesn't fall. Okay, so all right.
You can skip that whole part. Like, I don't even know what you really mean. You're just mad that he.
Okay, are we going in circles or
like
like
snarking?
are we gonna guess one?
Being a snarker is also not the same thing as having a fair criticism. You guys have the most retarded criticisms. Okay, you guys think everything is a lie. Like every time he says something he believes to be true.
What's an
and
example?
Incorrect about it. That's literally
Give me an
a lie.
example.
Oh man, from the top of my head. Well, like
Yes.
the Pxie shit.
Right, you can look one up if
Like,
you want to.
I just I'm about to. So you guys say he's maliciously lying when he says that he doesn't think that Pxie had consent from her boyfriend to send that video to her. That's why he said that was because he didn't know because she didn't really tell him explicitly, and also she sent a few videos of him to her boyfriend that weren't mentioned in the complaint at the hearing. She admitted to not sending those with explicit consent. She might have had implied consent, but that's on the side. He's not lying. He doesn't know whether that person had whether she had the consent of the person that she sent the video of. Like that's not a lie. You understand a difference? You need to,
Yes, I understand
lie
the
is
difference
like
between a lie and other things.
and
I know what
a
a lie
untruth.
is.
A lie and an untruth, or being wrong about something. Like being wrong about something and finding out later on.
Yeah, I know. What's your point?
That doesn't make him a malicious liar. But this is like every single time you guys say he's lying, it's just him saying like I think or I believe based on what I know. And
First off, it's funny that
99% of
you're
it is just, like,
attributing to me statements that have been made by a
because I
large
know you
group
are just
that
a
I have
logistical
not made.
cockblade. I know you're just another head of the Hydra. Okay.
Another head of the that's how you because that's how you conceptualize the group of people who dislike us. It can't be the case.
No, I know your type.
It can't
retard.
be the
I was
case in
in
your
his
mind.
Discord for
It
months.
can't
I
be
know
the
exactly
case
what the
that
fuck
people just
they
hate
talk about.
Destiny and there are multiple communities, multiple disparate
Yes,
communities.
yes. You're right. They just hate Destiny, and everything needs to serve that purpose. It doesn't matter if
Yeah, but
he's actually in the wrong or not. They will make it
somehow
seem
in
like
your
they did it all
mind,
because
they are
hey,
all the
Hayden, that's
same
what being a
person.
snark.
They are all the same person.
Not
All their
this
criticisms are
comment.
the same. They aren't based in anything. They're just all this imaginary. They are the
Well,
Hydra. They are this
people hang up
mysterious beast.
they behave like
They are
sheep,
this
yes.
mysterious
That's usually the
beast,
case.
all
No,
acting like sheep. And you're
no, this
coming
is
at
like
me
herd
with
mentality.
NPC talking points downloaded from DGG, and you're calling me an NPC,
These
dude. Come
are
on.
authentic.
Come on.
These are
Come
authentic.
on.
I've been making these before DGG even knew about the case. Okay, you can look this
I
up.
sure thing. Okay.
Since day
From this
one, I've been
conversation,
hunting out the
I
case.
believe you. Okay, 100%. I absolutely believe you. Okay.
Okay, is there any final words? Because I still wanna. I just want to say Yoge's opinions are not my own, but I have my own takes on it. But yeah,
True.
I don't know.
yeah.
I don't have
I am more
anything.
based. I'm more
So
based in
so
Foodshops.
so Tony, the thing is that so I want to clarify my position is different from Yoge's. Okay, Jesus. But